Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our lesson today. Remember, we are still in compound interest, and I said it is very common in an examination. So we shall be summarizing today. So here there is a question. You are told a farmer got a loan of shilling 6,000. A farmer got a loan of shilling 6,000 and repaid. A farmer got a loan of shilling 6,000 and repaid. After 3 years. And repaid it after 3 years. And repaid it after 3 years. If the compound interest on the loan was 10% per annum. Per annum, how much did he pay? How much did he pay? How much did he pay? Let us see now. Now we are given 3 years. We have been doing for 2 years. Let us go now to 3 years now. A farmer got a loan of shilling 6,000. That is now the principal. So our principal here is shilling 6,000. Then you are told he repaid 3 years. Time. 3 years. Time 3 years. Then you are told if the compound interest of the loan was 10% per annum. Rate, that is rate. The percentage one is the rate. So the rate 10% per annum. Per annum means per year. How much did he pay? How much did he pay? So what we are lacking, we have principal, we have time, we have rate. What we are lacking is the interest. So let us get now the interest now. Let us get the interest now. So compound interest, now what we do, we get the first year, we proceed to the second year, then we proceed to the third year now. So we did when it is 2 years now. So let us see now principal, which is now 6,000, shilling 6,000 multiplied by principal times rate 10 times time first year over 100. Cancel, cancel. Which is equal to now 60 times 10, you will get shillings 600. This is now the compound interest. This is the interest of the first year. So we proceed now to the second year. What do we do now? Principal times rate times time. I said earlier, to get, you cannot use the principle that you've already used. To get now to proceed to the second year, what you do, you find the principle of the second year. How do you get the principle of the second year? We say the principle of the second year, you add the initial principle plus the interest of the first year. So we say now, shilling 6,000 plus shilling 600. That's the interest of the first year, which is equals to 6,600. Shilling 6,600. Now this is now the principal of the second year. So 6,600 shillings times now rate in the same times time the second year over 100. Cancel, cancel. So what is remaining here? You say 66 times 10, you will get shillings 660. You underline like that. So this is the first year interest. This is the second year interest. Now we never did now the third year, but now we want to proceed to the third year now. To the third year now, you must also find the principle of the third year. How do I get the principle of the third year? What I do to get the principle of the third year, I will add the principle of the second year plus the interest of the second year. Initially we have been doing the principle of the first year plus the interest of the first year. Now to get to the third year, you add the principle of the second year plus the interest of the second year. So let us proceed to the third year now. We say now 6,600 shillings plus 660 shillings to get the principle of the third year. So 6,600 plus 660. So we say 6,600 plus 660. 0, 6, 2, 7. 0, 6, total of carry 1 7. So we get 7260. We'll get 7260. This is now the principal of the third year. So we say now 7260 shillings. This is the principal now. Time is rate 10. Rate nil. Time is time the third year. Alpha 100. Cancel, cancel, cancel. They go together. So what's remaining? 726 times 1 times 1. You will get shillings 726. You underline also. So this is now the interest of the third year. What do we do now to get the compound interest? We add the 3 interests now. Let us add now the 3 interests now. The first year interest was shilling 600. So we say shilling 600 plus the second year interest was 660 plus the third year interest was 726. First year interest 600, second year interest 660, third year interest 726. We add now 6, 8, 6 plus 6, total of plus 7, 19. So it is the compound interest is shillings 1986. But now the question said how much. The question is saying how much did he pay? How much did he pay? How much did he pay? I say that is the amount. How much did he pay back? The amount he paid. So what do you do now? This is the compound interest plus now the principal you add. So our principal here was 6,000. So you say 6,000 shillings plus the compound interest 1986 shillings. We add. So let us add now 6,000 plus 1986. That is 6,897 shillings. That is how we get the amount. I'm repeating. You are told a farmer got a loan of shilling 6,000 and repaid it after 3 years. Principal 6,000, loan invested. Time 3 years. Rate 10%. We are lacking interest. How much did he pay? You must get first. They are asking the amount, but the first thing you do, you must get the interest. After interest, remember we say amount is equals to interest plus the principal. That's what we said. Amount is equals to interest plus the principal. How much did he pay? How much did he pay back? How much did he withdraw? How much will be in his account? All those are amounts. You add the interest and the principal now. So now you come here, we say the first year principal times rate times time. 6,000 times 10 times 1 over 100, you will get 600. You put it somewhere. That is the interest of the first year. You proceed now to the second year. And when you are proceeding to the second year, you must find the principal of the second year. And you cannot use the initial principal that you've already used. So what do you do now to get the second year's principal? You say the first principal, which is 6,000 plus the interest of the first year, that is 6,000 plus 600, that is 660. This is now the new principal. So principal, which is 6,600, times rate, which is 10, times time 1 over 100. Cancel, 66 times 10, you will get 660. You underline, that is the interest of the second year. You proceed to the third year. Now to proceed to the third year, you must also find the interest, the principal of the second year. To find the principal of the second year, what you do, you add the principal of the to find the principal of the third year. What do? You add the principal of the second year plus the interest of the second year. This one and this one you add. So you say 6,600 plus 660, you will get 7,260. You will get 7,260. So that is now the principal of the third year. So let's come here now. Principal, which is 7,260, times rate, which is 10 times 1 over 100. You cancel. You say 726 times 1, you will get 726. That is the interest of the third year. So after getting the interest of the third year, what we do now, we add all of them. The interest of the first year, 600, plus the interest of the second year, 660, plus the interest of the third year, 726. You add, you will get 1,987. 86. That is the compound interest. But the question is asking the amount. How much did he pay? When they say how much did he pay, what you do, that is the amount. Amount is equals to interest plus the principal you add. So our principal, former principal was 6,000 plus our compound interest, which is 1986, you add. Then you will get, finally, the answer will be 7,986. That is the amount you will get. Let us move to another question. You are told calculate the compound interest of shillings 8,000. Calculate the compound interest. Calculate the compound interest on shillings 8,000. On shillings 8,000 deposited for 3 years. Deposited for 3 years at 5% per annum. At 5% per annum. At 5% per annum. Calculate the compound interest. So they only want the compound interest of shillings 8,000 deposited. That is the principal. Principal or deposit, same amount borrowed or the loan invested is shillings 8,000. What else? 3 years time. You're right. You list what you have. 3 years. Here at 5%, that is rate. The percentage one is called the rate. 5% per annum per year. So we have principal, we have time, we have rate. We must get the interest. There are 4 in number. You must get the 4th one. So let us get now. Interest equals to the principal, which is 8,000. Shillings 8,000 times rate, which is 5. Time is time 3 years, but we must get the first year. Time is 1 over 100. Cancel. So you multiply now. 80 times 5. You multiply. You say 8 times 5 is 40. Then 0 is shillings 400. This is now the interest of the first year. We proceed to now to the second year. To proceed to the second year, we must find the principal of the second year. To get the principal of the second year, what we do, we add the principal, the initial principal plus the interest of the first year. So we say now shillings 8,000 plus 400, which is equals to shillings 8,400, which is equals to shillings 8,400. Shillings 8,400. Now, this is now the principal of the second year. Let us now find 8,400 shillings multiplied by rate, which is 5, times the second year, all for 100. Cancel, you cancel now. So we multiply now. 84 times 5, 20 carry 2, 40, 42. So you will get 420. That is now you underline. That is the interest of the second year. 20 carry 2. 40, 42. So that is now the interest of the second year. We proceed now to the interest of the third year. To get the interest of the third year, we must find the principal of the third year. To get the principal of the third year, what you do, you add the principal that you have used for the second year plus its interest now. So you say 8,400 plus 420. What do you get now? Which is equal to now 8,400 plus 400. You will get 8,820. You will get 8,820. Now this is now the principal of the third year. So we say now principal, which is 8,820, principal times rate, which is 5, times time the third year, all for 100. Cancel. So you simplify now. After simplifying, you will get 441. You will get 400 shillings, 441. You will get shillings 441. Because you say by 5-1, by 5-2, by 2-1, by 2-4, by 2-4, by 2-1, you would get 441. Now what do? We add now the 3 interests. We add now the 3 interests. The first year interest was shillings 400 plus the second year interest was 420. The third year interest was 441. We add 168 all of So you will get a total of 61. You will get shillings 1,261. That is the compound interest. They don't want the amount. They say they calculate the compound interest. If you are told calculate the total amount of interest, that's not an amount. If they remember, please, if they say calculate the total amount of interest, that's not an amount. Though they have mentioned the word amount, but there's an interest there. They have mentioned the word interest. Calculate the amount of interest, that's interest. Calculate the amount of compound interest, that is interest. What was the total interest, that's the interest. But amount, they will tell you what was the total amount. How much did you withdraw? How much? But when they say amount of interest, the key word there is interest. So that's what we do. So I'm repeating, calculate the compound interest, is 8,000. That's principal times rate 5 times time 1 of 100. So 80 times 5 times 1, you will get shillings 400. That is the interest of the first year. You proceed now at the second year, but you must find the interest, the principal of the second year. The principal of the second year, you say 8,000 plus 400, that is the interest of the first year. What do you do now? You will get shillings 8,400. Now that is the principal of the second year. Principal, which is 8,400 multiplied by rate, which is 5 times 1 of 100, you will get shillings 400. You will get shillings 420. You will get shillings 420. That is the interest of the second year. You put it somewhere. You proceed to the third year. You must proceed to the third year. You must get the principal of the third year. You say 8,400. That is the principal of the second year. Plus it is interest now 420 plus shillings 420. What you get is 8,820. That is the principal of the third year. So the principal of the third year, which is 8,820, times rate, which is 5, times time, which is 1 over 100. When you cancel, you will get shillings 441. So what do? You add the 3 interests now. Then I came here. The first year interest 400, the second year interest 420. For the fourth year interest, third year interest 441, you will get 1,260. So that is now what they were asking, is the compound interest. So that is how we find when it is now 2 years. I mean, now let us go to another question. You are told Abdi deposited shillings 4,000 for 2 years. Abdi deposited shillings 4,000 for 2 years. For 2 years, which paid 2.5% compound interest. Which paid 2.5%. Which paid 2.5%. Annum. Then they said now per annum compound interest, paid 2.5% compound interest. Compound interest. Then they said what was the amount of interest at the end of the period? What was the amount of interest at the end of the period? What was the amount? What was the amount? What was the amount of interest? What was the amount of interest at the end of that period? At the end of that period. Now, you are told Abdi deposited shillings 4,000 for 2 years. So deposited, that is shillings 4,000. Deposit or principal, shillings 4,000. 2 years time. Rate, the percentage on his rate. The rate, 2.5%. Or I said 2.5%, they are same. What was the amount of interest? They are asking the interest now. Interest is equals to now principal. They are asking now that we are looking the interest now. They are asking now the compound interest. Interest, which is now 4,000 principal, times rate, which is 2.5 or 2.5 is same. Half is 0.5. Time is time, the first year, over 100. Over 100. Now we remove that. Now this one has a decimal and this time is here and the other number is 0. What you do, you kill the 0 when they are when you are multiplying, then you remove the point. The point will go outside now. Here remains with 20, here remains with 25. 25 times 4, you will get 100. So here is shillings 100. That is now the interest of the first year. We proceed now to the second year. Second rate, which is 2.5 times time the second year alpha 100. So cancel. So here you will get 41 times 2.5. So 41 times 25, 5, 20, 2, 8, 5, 2, 10. So here decimal point was 1. So you will get here 102.5. 102.5. Now that is now the interest of the second year. What we do now, we add the 2 now. 102 plus now 100. Here is 0, here is 001. So 5.202 shillings. That is how we find the interest of the second year. So we get 202.5 shillings. That is now the compound interest. They're asking the interest. So if you are told find the interest, that is how we find the interest. So the principal 4,000 times rate 2.5 times time the first year alpha 100. 2.5, 2.5 is the same. Then you will get 100. The second year now 4,000 plus 100, you will get 4,100. So 4,100 times 2.5, the rate 2.5 is the same, times the second year of 100, you will get now 102.5 shillings. So what you do now, you add the two interest now. 102.5 plus 100, you will get 202.5 shillings. Now that is the interest. They say the amount of interest, that is the interest now. They don't want the amount. So we do now the last and the final one. Then we call it now a topic. A businessman deposited shillings 4,000. A businessman deposited shillings. A businessman deposited shillings 4,000 in a bank. Shillings 4,000 in a bank, which gave compound interest at the rate of 10%. Which gave compound interest, at the rate of 10%. At the rate of 10% per annum. Then they said at the end of 2 years, he withdrew. At the end of 2 years, he withdrew. At the end of 2 years, he withdrew all his savings. All his savings. Then you are told how much was withdrawn. How much was withdrawn? Question mark now. You are told a businessman deposited shillings 4,000 in a bank. Deposit principal, they are same, shillings 4,000. We only follow the instruction, which paid compound interest at the rate. We write 10% per annum per year at the end of 2 years time. Now, how much did he withdraw? How much was withdrawn? Withdraw means when the whole amount has withdrawn. That was there in the account. The one he has deposited, plus the interest the deposit has generated, he has withdrawn everything now. So how much has he withdrawn? To withdraw is to remove all the amount of money. So how much has he withdrawn? That is the amount. How do we get amount? Interest plus principal. But we are lacking the interest. The first thing to find is the interest now. Interest, question mark. Interest is equals to principal, which is now shillings 4,000. Time is now rate, which is 10. Time is time the first year, all for 100. Cancel. 40 times 10, you will get shillings 400. Shillings 400. Then we proceed to the second year, but we must find the principal of the second year. To find the principal of the second year, we add the principal of the first year plus it is interest now. So we say now 4,000, shillings 4,000 plus 400 plus shillings 400, you will get shillings 4,400. This is now the principal of the second year. So once we find now the principal of the second year, we shall get the interest of the second year. So we say now 4,400 shillings multiplied by rate, which is 10, multiplied by time the second year, all for 100. Cancel. 44 times 10, you will get shillings 440. Now that is the second year interest. We are only given 2 years. So what do we do now? We add the two interests now. Let us add the two interests now. Let us add the two interests now. So we say now the first year interest was shillings 400. So 400 shillings plus the second year interest is 440. So 0,4840 shillings. Now this is now the amount, the compound interest. But the question is asking, how much was withdrawn? How much was withdrawn? That is the amount. What do we do? Amount is equals to interest plus the principal. Interest is this one. Principal, we already given, it was 4,000. We added now. So we say now 4,000 to get amount. So we say amount is equals to interest plus the principal. So amount, which is now in the principal plus interest, which is 4,000, principal plus interest is the same. 4,000 plus 840, you will get 4,840 shillings. Now that is the compound. That is now the total amount. Yes, now withdrawn. I'm repeating. Now deposit 4,000, principal. Time 2 years. Rate 10. First year principal 4,000 times rate times time the first year, all for 100. You will get 400 for the first year. Second year, you must find the principal of the second year. To find the principal of the second year, what do? You say 4,000, that's the initial principal, plus 400, that is the interest of the first year. You will get 4,400. So this is our new principal now. The new principal is 4,400 times rate. We are still using the same rate times rate, which is 10 times 1 the second year, all for 100. Cancel. 44 times 10, you will get shillings 440. What do we do now to get the compound interest? You add the two interests now. Let us come here. I came here, I said now the first year interest was shillings 400 plus the second year interest shillings 440. What do you get? Shillings 840. That is the compound interest. But they said how much did he withdraw? That is the amount, principal plus interest. 4,000 plus 840, you will get shillings 4,840. So we have exhausted everything about compound interest. So we shall stop it there. Thank you. I wish you